Hi there everybody, I'm Dermot and with me today is Dave Palmer, our Global Training Manager. Welcome to this webinar focusing on explaining and demonstrating the new project sharing and privacy functionality that's going to be made available in Meetoo from next week. There are some fantastic new features coming with this update and you'll be receiving news about these soon, so keep your eye out for an invitation to another webinar on what's new. So before we get started, I'd just like to cover off a little bit of housekeeping. We've set up Meetoo for use in this session, so if you have any questions, please submit them as we go through and we'll take the time to answer them at the end. If for any reason we're unable to answer a question or we run out of time, we're going to follow up with responses in an email within the next day or two. So in response to some requests from a number of our customers, as part of this update to Meetoo, we're adding in the ability to keep meetings private or where needed, share them with other users in your account. And this functionality is only really relevant to Meetoo customers with multi-user accounts, which is why we're holding this focus session. So why have we added this? Well, security is the main driver, and some of the benefits of being able to keep your Meetoo meetings private include ensuring that confidential meeting information and data is only available to the relevant people. So for example, a senior management meeting where only a single individual should be permitted access. Meeting venues or event agencies, well, they'll be able to manage the access of meetings if they're giving clients access to their Meetoo dashboard. Or even for customers such as educational institutes or bigger organisations, they might have 10, 20 or even 200 users with what could be many hundreds of meetings in their account. These users will only be able to see their own meetings or those that have been shared with them. And when it comes to sharing, where you've got multiple hosts or presenters, control of the meeting can be shared in the dashboard. And take this webinar for example. I created this Meetoo meeting and shared access with Dave so that he'll be able to log in tomorrow and look at the reports. Or even if you have got a last minute change of organiser or host, this will be easily managed by sharing the meeting with them. So before we move on, I'd like to take a quick look at how it currently works. So at the moment, any user in your Meetoo account can see and access all meetings when they log in, no matter who created them. So this means that they can start, stop, or even delete any of those meetings. So hopefully you'll agree that this coming update will help improve the management of your Meetoo account. So we'll have time for any questions submitted via Meetoo at the end, but for now I'd just like to hand over to Dave Palmer of Meetoo video fame, who's going to show you how this new feature works.
Thank you, Dermot. That's a great intro. And to everybody else, thanks for having me. You mentioned video, so I suppose in the spirit of Meetoo videos, hi, I'm Dave. So I guess, maybe the first thing I just wanted to recap something that Dermot already pointed out. You know, this update doesn't go live until next week. Luckily for me though, the clever guys that we've got here at work, they've let me use something that will allow me to show you how it works and demonstrate how quick and easy it is. Okay, so if you just bear with me for a second, I'm just going to come out of our slides and go into our dashboard. Now, Dermot and I both have access to the same Meetoo account. We're both users in the same account. So I'm actually just going to log into Dermot's dashboard to start with. So Dermot, could I just ask you to type in your password for me, please? Thanks, Dermot. Okay, so I've logged in as Dermot, and as you can see, we've got 3 meetings that Dermot has got access to. He created these meetings, and that makes him what we call the owner. Now that's all I really wanted to show you from Dermot's point of view for now, so I'm just going to sign out as Dermot and log back in, and that's to the same account as myself. Okay, so as you can see, a very different list of meetings. These are my meetings, not Dermot's. One of the first things I'll point out is that when it comes to sharing a meeting, you can share a meeting at any stage. You can share the meeting when you create it, but you can also share the meeting at any stage after you've created it. So even if the meeting's already running, the process of sharing is still the same. So what I'll start by doing is adding a new meeting and sharing it with Dermot. So I'll just fill out some details quickly. Name, change the date, time. And before I add the meeting, if I just draw your attention to this area here. So to share a meeting with another user in your account, it's really simple. You just click in the box and type in the email address of the user that you want to share it with. Once you've typed in the email address, just press the tick button. And just to be really clear, you share other meetings with other users. And that's someone else who has their own credentials in the same account or same dashboard. You can't share it with anyone who doesn't already have access to the Meetoo account. Okay, so I've set that up, and if I press add, you'll see at the bottom there I get a little quick confirmation telling me that I've shared it with another user. Now, once I've shared a meeting with another user, they will receive an email which notifies them that a meeting's been shared with them. Now, I wasn't actually going to risk running this with Dermot's inbox open today, but I do have an email I saved earlier, so I've just brought an email up on screen, and this is an example of what the user will receive. And there's another little note on this email. I will receive a copy as well. So that email goes to the person I've shared it with and one for myself. Okay, I'll just close that. And what I'll do now, so there's my new meeting, is I'll just log out as myself and log back in as Dermot. So if I could just get Dermot to, thanks Dermot. Okay, there you have it. So Dermot's now got this additional meeting at the top that I've shared with him. Now, you can see there as well, owned by me, Dave Palmer. He's got the same level of access to that meeting now that I have. He can go into it, he can stop it, he can start it, he can go into it whilst it's running, modify messages for me, pretty much everything that I can do. He can delete the meeting if he wanted to. And obviously, what he can do is share the meeting with another user. I think it's probably just worth pointing out that the only thing he can't do is unshare the meeting with the owner. So because I created that meeting, he can't unshare it with me. Okay, so let's just have a think what's next. Let me just come out of the meeting. And actually, I can probably just stay logged in as Dermot now. So I said before that you can share the meeting at any stage. You've just seen me do it when we created the meeting, but you can do it at any stage after that. So if I go into the edit meeting option, then Dermot, can continue to share the meeting with somebody else now. So if I just type in another user. Now, if for any reason it won't let you share the meeting with someone, it could be because they don't have access to the account, that they're not already a user, or you could just have the email typed in incorrectly. But don't worry if you do that. I'll just demonstrate here. There you go. So I get warned if it's not a valid email. And we'll just try that again. So we type in our email address, press tick, and there we go. We've just shared it with Janet. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. We just need to save our change. And I'll actually just go back in to edit that. So we can see now we've got our two people that we've shared the meeting with. Now, as far as unsharing a meeting goes, and that's pretty simple as well, all we need to do that is use the little X button alongside someone's name. So if we want to unshare it with Janet, we would just press the X and then save that change. And if I just go back, so Janet's now gone. I just thought I'd point that out because I know something that Dermot's going to mention shortly about unsharing. So I think it's just as important to know how to unshare as it is how to share. Right, I'll just check my notes because I think we're almost there. I've got one more thing to show you, and that's it. So, along with this new functionality of being able to share meetings, in your meetings list as I am now, you can also filter your list of meetings. So, logged in as Dermot, he can see all the meetings he has access to. He can filter it and just see his own, or even just see those meetings that have been shared with him. Cool. Well, I think that just about covers the demonstration. Hopefully you'll all agree that it's pretty straightforward. So I guess from a live demonstration point of view, that's it from me. Thank you, attendees on the board. I will hand back over to Dermot now.
Thanks, Dave. Great demonstration. And as you pointed out, it really is quite straightforward. Okay, so hopefully you will all be comfortable with how to share your meetings when this functionality goes live next week. So now that Dave has shown you all how it works, I just want to take a moment to let you know how this is going to affect any existing meetings in your Meetoo account. And actually somebody's put in a question to address that. So it's really important to note that all meetings created prior to the update will be automatically shared with all the users in your account. So that's any meetings currently in your account, as well as any new meetings you create before the feature goes live. Now, the reason we've done this is to limit the impact of this feature update and to potentially avoid any complications with live events. However, if you would like to remove a user's access, you can do this via the sharing function as demonstrated by Dave. Okay, that's pretty much all there is from us in terms of demonstrating this new feature. So we'd like to take a couple of minutes to answer some of the questions that people have added via Meetoo. And please continue to send in any more, and we will try and answer all of those before we run out of time.
Yeah, and we've had a couple. I mean, you just answered one of the most important ones, and that's what will happen to all the meetings that I have in Meetoo at the moment. And I say it is really important. So just really to repeat what Dermot said, all of your existing meetings will be shared with everybody, so that's kind of least disruption, and that's why we kind of showed you how to unshare. So a question from Frank.
So can Dermot then run two meetings at a time, one of his own and another one that has been shared, or is it still one meeting at a time? So good question, Frank, and it's the user can still only have one meeting that they have started and is live at any one time.
But obviously, if they've shared a meeting with somebody else, then that somebody else could run that second meeting at the same time.
How will I know the update has happened? So we will be notifying everybody once the update has happened. There'll be a notification just before and again once it's been done. So you will get an email. Don't think there seems to be
the board's gone quiet.
Okay, well, we'll leave the Meetoo open for a little while, but we hope that this session has been useful and you've seen and heard some stuff that's going to help you continue enjoying Meetoo at your meetings. Just on the screen you can see that we've listed a few places for online resources, and we'll also push these out into the Meetoo meeting so that you can take them away. Of course, if you do think of any questions you wished you'd asked about project privacy and sharing, or indeed any other questions or comments, please get in touch with the Meetoo team via email at hello@meetoo.io. Okay, thank you very much everybody, and we appreciate your time sitting in on this webinar today.
Thanks everyone.